Hi. I don't know. December the something, 14th, 15th. I think it's anyway. Whatever. And I on my list, I couldn't think of anything to talk about fresh today or whatever. But on my list, I had written down about when I played golf at a place called Hazeltine in Minnesota. So just real quickly, for a couple of years, I worked for a British company from 2000 to 2002 called British Oxygen Corporation, or now they're just BOC, and they're a huge company with a lot of divisions, and they had a division in I can't even think of what the name of the town was, but anyway, right outside of Minneapolis there. And so one year, and it was a small division, we had 200 or fewer employees. Most of the people I worked with were from Britain because this was a British company. Well, at least the boss types were British, and most of the staff, I think, like it was mostly engineers and technicians. They were mostly American. And anyway, we had a good year one year. I don't know what it was. And so the guy who was the CEO of all BOC, and keep in mind BOC probably has around the world, 100, 120,000 employees or something like that. It's a big company. And anyway, this is the guy who's in charge of it all. But we had a good year, so he was going to come visit us. He was going to grace us with his presence. And he was a big golfer. And so close to Chanhassen, that's where it was. Anyway, Chanhassen, Minnesota. So there's a golf course also, and I believe it's in Chanhassen, called Hazeltine. And Hazeltine is at least at that point, was one of the top 10 golf courses in the country, noted for being quite difficult. And also very expensive to play, very expensive to join the club. But anyway, so somehow somebody pulled some strings and paid some money, and got permission or whatever, for this guy to play a round of golf when he came to visit us at this place called Hazeltine. By the way, Hazeltine on more than one occasion has been they played the U.S. Open there, and it's this is this is a one upper crust golf course. So and of course they tell all of us who are in leadership positions at our local division there that we are going to play golf with him. I've never played golf before other than mini golf. I don't think I'd ever even been to a driving range if I remember correctly. But anyway, we're told that we're all playing golf with him. So I did go to a driving range a couple of times. I talked to some people who did golf regularly and got what advice I could. And so the day comes, and they put us in groups of 4, and I go, and I think I'm with 3 other guys, and I think 1 or 2 of them were golfers, and the other 2 of us were not. And of course, so you go to the first tee, and everybody tees off. Basically, everybody's waiting to tee off at more or less the same time. But each group of 4 goes out, together. So I go up to the first tee, and people are standing around. I mean, it's not a huge crowd, but there are 20 or 30 people waiting for their chance to tee off the first hole. And I go, and I put my little ball on the ground on top of its little tee, and I got my little driver, and I haul off. I haul off and swing and miss the ball. Completely whiffed it. And so I get my little ball and I put it back on the tee. And this time, I think it's called topped it. So I did hit the ball, but I just hit it like just the top of it. So it just kind of rolled off the tee. So then the third time, I did actually hit it. But I don't think it went, 75 yards maybe. It was just horribly embarrassing. And so then we get that I get that embarrassment out of the way, and we head on down. And because we're all so bad and not great golfers, even the ones who were golfers weren't very good, what we would do is we would do what's called, we played best ball. So whoever's ball went the furthest on each hit, then that's where everybody else would play their ball from. But even doing that, 2 or 3 times, the course manager, there's a guy whose job is to keep everything flowing so that, but 2 or 3 times during our 18 holes, the course manager had to come around and ask us to skip holes because we were holding other people off. It was just horrible. Now, I will say one thing about golf courses is they're beautiful pieces of ground, at least the ones I've been to. But yeah, so there's my experience golfing with 0 experience at one of the best golf courses in the country. It was very unpleasant. Okay, thank you.